It's Sunday. It's 7 o'clock. So it's stream time. Yes, we're starting an hour earlier tonight. I've got a mission to complete a 3-hour stream in Dune Awakening in order to get some free giveaways for you guys. So we're starting an hour earlier and we're going for 3 hours tonight. I've just put them live on Discord, so if you go over to Discord in the giveaways channel, there is one giveaway for a full Steam key for Dune Awakening. There are 2 giveaways for the Lost Harvest, the Chapter 2 Lost Harvest DLC, and there are 2 giveaways for the Chapter 3 Raiders of the something Earth, Ruined Earth, or whatever the Chapter 3 one is called. So we've got a bunch of giveaways that will be given out tonight, and that all relies on me doing a 3-hour stream. So that's why we've got the early notification and the earlier stream and the longer stream. Okay, lots of people in chat, which is good to see. I was worried that the people wouldn't arrive until 8 o'clock, but we've got lots of people. Let me see who was first. Phantom6767 was first. Hello all, welcome Phantom, good to see you. Ian Og was second. Hello chat, and happy 90th birthday to Oor Willie. Is that right? Oor Willie's 90-year-old. How do we explain Oor Willie? Oor Willie is a sort of Scottish comic character, normally published in a Sunday paper called the Sunday Post. But you also get like annual books and stuff like that. But yeah, a little Scottish cartoon character kind of thing. Zereth was third, saying I'm 4 hours early and still not first. Sheesh. Oh, there's a land sandstorm coming in 2 minutes. Whiptus one, good to see you. Bulwark, hello my friend, good to see you. Kathy Ann's here, hello to you. Dan Irvin's saying, with the time change, I wasn't sure when today was happening. Hey, so we're an hour earlier than we normally would be, but we'll go to the same time for the extra hour. Zara says, where do you store your dad jokes? In a database. Okay, here we go. It started already. DC Weston saying OMG, exactly, yes. Hello to you, DC Weston from Washington DC. DC Weston says, as I recall, Scotland doesn't do daylight savings time yet. No. Is it the 3rd week in March that we switched to summer time? I can't remember. But yeah, a couple of weeks away yet before we do the 3rd or 4th week in March, I think it is, before we do daylight savings. This is purely to do a longer stream in order so I can get some free keys to give away to you guys. 6 badges, bonsoir sir. I'm still mourning after Scotland versus France rugby. I might have to wear a black armband for an... I do apologise. It's really unusual for Scotland to be good at any international sport, especially rugby. And I don't follow rugby, but I'm sure I heard that France were unbeaten until yesterday and got beaten by Scotland, which that is a shocking result. I do apologise. Yagarob One says hello. Rex Havoc says hello. Good to see you both. Kenneth Brinner's here. Good to see you. Angel Life 800. Bulwark, just let them know I'm going to watch episode 1 through 3.
Sector weather alert.
Is that of the streams? Well, if that's the case, thank you very much. Confused Barbarian. Hey Troy, happy Sunday to you. Good to see you. John PBH, evening to you. Dan Irvin, it's always weird having a stream of Angers running on one screen and playing the actual game on the other. When the sound isn't turned down, I end up reacting to battle sounds. Yes, I get that. Even if people are playing a different game, I might be playing Dune and somebody's playing Ark, and it's like, oh, what's that noise? Curbs Wervin, wavy hands to you, good to see you. Shub Hampawar, good to see you. Bulwark says, oh snap, glad I saw the notification. Kathy Ann, good luck everyone who enters. Indeed. Father Jack, evening to you. Zeros, good evening, how are you? Bourbon86, howdy to you. Bourbon says, time change has me out of all sorts. Yes, we're starting an hour earlier just so we can do a 3-hour stream for the giveaway. John says, last weekend in March for Daling Savings. It is the last weekend. Okay, thank you. Last Sunday from March is Bulwark. Gamer Hobo, good to see you. How are you? Did the Fire Lab last night. It was rough. Okay, I finished watching your Subnautica stream, and I just started watching your Dune stream, but basically you've just got in the door of the lab is where I'm at, but I will get that finished later on. John says, like Scotland beat England too. They did, yes. Yeah, they beat England a couple of weeks ago. Weird stuff's happening. Bulwark says, hello and welcome all. Happy birthday to all women for the 8th of March. Yeah, International Women's Day on Tuesday, I think it is. I don't know if it's all is the world, but in Romania it's Women's Day or Mother's Day. Ah, okay, so Mother's Day in the UK is next weekend, next Sunday, the 15th of March. But I believe it's International Women's Day. I've seen posters of it around at work. International Women's Day on Tuesday. Marky Del Sparky's here, fit like everyone. Nabad Mark yourself. Tarsquid's here saying, hello there everyone. Could be tempted by the Steam sale, but still not sold on the online only gameplay. But I enjoy watching you play. Gently taps the like button. Thank you, Tarsquid. Oh, that's the other thing. That's the other thing. Should be able to see in the top right hand corner, there is a 40% off sort of spring sale this weekend on Dune Awakening. So let me... I've put a link in the chat already of a link to its page on Steam where you can get it for I'm not exactly sure when that ends, whether that's tonight or whether it's tomorrow, but it's going this weekend, 40% off if you get so interested, or if you don't win the giveaway that we're running right now. If you are interested, enter the giveaway in the Discord channel. Maybe get it for free. Atrods, hello to you. Good to see you. Mark and Kathy say hello to each other. It's nice. Grishnak, good evening. Evening all. For all Red Dwarf fans, R.I.P. Rob Grant. Yeah, the writer, I believe it is, of Red Dwarf, unfortunately passed away last week. Dave Hogg, hello there. Good to see you. Almost caught him out today. Looking forward to this one. Excellent. Atrods and the DLC as well. Yeah, I've got one of the base game and I've got 2 of each of the DLCs to give away. So it's a separate. You can enter each one separately. So one for the base game and then one for Lost Harvest and one for Raiders of the something, whatever the chapter 3 one is. John says Dune is the online game I've ever played as an online game, and I've got about 800 hours in so far. Well worth it in my opinion, says John. I agree. Marcus says doing okay, thanks Kathy. Had our granny's funeral on Friday. Yeah, sorry to hear about that, bud. But we all looked after each other and spoke about good memories of our excellent Raiders of the Broken Lands. Thank you, Six. Thank you. Right. At the end of the last episode, I started throwing together this base, and I got a bit of a shell together. I've since been back down to the original base down here, and I've got all the goodies from that, brought it up here, and I think I've put it back to basically as we had it before. So we've got a small ore refinery, we've got 2 blood purifiers, we've got a small chemical refinery, and we've got a fabricator. This room, I haven't got anything in this room at all other than a floating light. Not sure if we'll use this for decoration, might have to expand out. Don't need a huge amount more crafting stations. I also brought up all the stuff that we need to dismantle. So got all that stuff there. So I suppose the first thing we could do is maybe make a dismantling bench. Where is that? Recycler, that's what it's called. So let's learn that. Confirm that. Power pack, that's iron. We're a way to move into iron, but we're not quite there yet. Right, 4, craft a utility recycler. How far does that jut out? It juts out quite far, so I don't really want it there. Let's stick it over here. That's also really close to the chests. That's maybe not the best place for it either. Right, so what we can do is we can take all these stuff. Can I take all? I can. Take all. And you can go to the recycler, just like the dismantling stuff in Conan. And these broken stuff that you pick up, you can recycle them and get some stuff, but you don't get all the materials back. So we've got a particle capacitor, a sandbike engine, we've got another particle capacitor. Getting a bunch of stuff. You just have to be careful not to dismantle anything that you actually want. Power pack Mark 1, sandbike Mark 1. So the ones that are like really broken. So these stuff here are my stuff, and I don't want to recycle them. But we got some advanced servox and some particle capacitors out of that. Where do we put them? In there. F. Sorted. I've got another. Oh, I've just dropped my sentinel. Let's grab that stuff in that chest as well. Do the same thing. Suspensor belt, some Mauler pistols, another Mauler pistol, a passive suspensor, and a Kinjal. There we go. And let's just grab all that and drop it in there. Do I not have a chest that has... Let's put... I must have a chest that has that in it, do I? Plant fibre. Nope. Nope. That's stuff from POIs. Nope. Okay, let's just chuck the plant fibre in there. Oh, I can get rid of that Karpov because we got the better one, haven't we? Karpov 38. Recycle. We've got a little bit mechanical parts from it. Okay, right. Let me show you the outside. What have we got here? We've just got our sub-fief and our generators in the garage. If we come upside, you can see we've got the garage there, and then it extends across. I used these corner pieces that have got the barrel, the sort of rounded corner pieces, and I just brought them all the way down to the ground, so it acts like pillars. That noise. Don't know. But I thought that looked pretty cool. I thought that looked pretty cool. There's some more. Do I have a cutter ray with me? I do. Let's use the cutter ray on here, get some more power packs. Okay. Okay, so that's going to be... naming chest has been so helpful for organisation. Yes. I haven't got round to doing that yet because I haven't worked out what I'm going to put in them all. Oh no, I don't want to put that in there. I want to put that in here. So, because I've got two, you can put them individually in each one, or if you actually use the sub-fief, you can go to here, refuel generators, hold down Y. There we go, up to 19.2, and now it's spread the power packs over both evenly. Or especially when you've got much more of them, that's really useful to do. Right, we need to move into the Iron Age. So we've got lots of stuff that we can craft in the Iron Age. New weapons, including a shield. Really want the shield. Better healing, better armour, better weapons. What else can we make? We can make better blood extractors, better blood sacks, better blood purifiers, better still suits. That's the weapons. A better cutter ray, a power pack, a better power pack that gives you more power and lasts longer. A repair station to repair items that we've got. Bigger storage. Better or a different kind of suspensor belt. Actually, I really like the Leap one. The Leap one is the one I use most of the time. That spice food. You could make a better iron bike. And then, of course, there'll be timer going off. Okay, let me do that. I promised I would link that every 15 minutes, so we'll do that there. Let me see, what have we got in chat? Father Jack saying, following your beginner's guide or Conan Exiles, stuck on episode 5, I cannot capture the thrall. Why can you not capture the thrall, mate? What's the problem you're having, and see if we can help you out. LOL should have been only online game. I get you, John. Kathy says, Mark, I'm so sorry for your loss. Glad you had a good send-off. Sending you big hugs. That's nice. Looks like a good-sized Vermilius base, says Packrat NV. Yes, I don't think it needs to be much bigger than this. On my other playthroughs, I've made it actually a lot bigger than this, and then had lots of empty space in it. But this is we'll change the fabricator into 3 separate fabricators. We'll have a survival one, a weapon one, and a garment one for the higher tier items. I think that's for steel. Eventually we'll need a bigger, no, not chemical refinery, we'll need a bigger ore refinery for doing aluminium, and maybe another couple of benches. So we shouldn't need too much more in this base. Then when we go to our final base, we'll have a lot more. Gamer Hobo says, condolences, Marky. Shubham Parwar says, watching you for 8 months. Love from India. Thank you so much. Thank you so much indeed. Bulwark says, I started to play today. World of Sea Battles is fun so far. World of Sea Battles. Not heard of that one. Mark saying thank you. Patrick says, naming chess has been a helpful organizer. Yep. Interesting raised layout. Yeah, I guess I suppose it is. We haven't put everything on. The problem with these locations is the kind of this, although it's flattish, it's still got a slight slope. So if you have everything on the ground level, you're gonna have to start quite high up, and you'll be really high by the time you get to the front. So I thought, let's just make a little 3x3 garage and then go up from there, and then everything is off the ground from that point in time, and then it's easy to make it. Oh, there's a couple of bits sticking down in the wrong place. Oh, because I've expanded the base. Let me go to 4 and get the base thing, and go to demolish and take that away, and that away, and that away, and build, and go to R. Where's the smuggler set? Wedge walls, and these ones here. I wanted that to be the other way around. So, and like so, just to bring that edge off like I've done over there. Okay, those two. So I've just got one here as well. Go on, snap in there. Like so. Yep, that's better. Yep, that works. Oh, no, that doesn't work because that's too low down. Yeah, can I move that? No. Let's just demolish it, build a new one. Yeah. That's better. Right, so first thing we need to do to get into iron is find some iron nodes and get them mined. That's weird because last week there was a couple of iron nodes right out here. These nodes here reset every week when the Coriolis storm happens on a Tuesday. What these nodes are. So I think there was actually two iron nodes and a copper node here, but they've reset and become something else. So we'll have to go out and about and go and find some iron and get some of that gathered up. Let's head over here. Oh. Looks like we've got a neighbour. That one wasn't here last week either, that base. They've built their base using the smuggler set too. Interesting. Six Badger says, nice looking base. Thank you, Six. Group over there. I'll give you some quests to do if you want. There's some iron. There's some iron there. Right, so we'll pick up the loose bits to start with, and then we'll get our cut array out, which is on 6. Scan it, follow the line, and get some iron. There we go. And then we'll come up to here and we'll put the iron. Ah, there's my stuff. I still have to empty that out of the sand bike. Need to do that. Father Jack says, I'm old now, so my FPS skills are rubbish. Me too. Scott Connie says, I'm always really high. Father Jack says, but I will get there. Cool. Robert says, it is an MMO with pirate privateering? Trader-themed gameplay combat. It's similar to Black Flag, but only control ships. No character control. Ah, I see. I see. Grizznet says, it's strange how you find a nice quiet realm and within a week it's suddenly heavily populated. Well, one base. And to be fair, we are in early game stuff where the vast majority of players is going to be in end game, so they're going to have their bases in a totally different part of the map than this. There's very few people have their end game bases down in this part of the map. But you can. Sesame's here. How goes the survivors? Not bad, Sesame. Good to see you, my friend. The Tinkerbot's here. Happy Sunday, everyone. Same to you. Grisnak says it's strange. Oh, okay, we've had that comment. Oh my god, how do you pronounce that? Brackal Femal Wolf Mighty 9. We'll call you Brackle. Finally get to watch in real time. Been watching your videos for a while. Love the content. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And Gamer Hobo says, good memories on those red slopes. Built my first proper base just above where Anger built. Yeah, this is not my favourite zone. This red dust zone is not my favourite zone. But yes, it's a necessary evil for sort of mid-game level anyway. The Vermilius Gap. Eastern and Western Vermilius. So we're getting lots of granite nodes. Oh, my fuel. My fuel is just over halfway. Looking for more iron. Obviously got to keep away from those Sardaukar ships. Bulwark saying hello to Sesame. There's the anomaly area over there with some radiation. Be avoiding that for a while. Whoop. Come on, where's all the iron nodes? Bet you they were all the other way. Good thing is we are on an island, so we will. There's our base there, and we've went well. We're already over halfway around the island. If you just follow the island round, you will eventually get back to your base again. That one over there. That's one over there. There's another one over there. Jump off. Gather the loose bits. Scan the rock. And press F to quick deposit into the bike storage. Have you tried Windrose yet, Yanga? I have, yes. I've had a little game of Windrose. Not played it an awful lot. I've got to the point of the second island, and that's as far. I see your videos. You've got a lot further with proper sea battles and stuff. Haber says, yeah, definitely a bit depressing in the Verm with the constant red haze blocking the sky. Yeah. We get enough of the sun getting blocked in Scotland as it is. We don't need to do it in computer games as well. But yeah, I mean, you just have to go over there, and we've got nice weather over there. Okay, we're starting to find a few iron nodes now. Scan mine and drop it in the bike. Usually plenty near the ironwork structures. That's true. That is true. There's usually plenty around this island. It's just because of the Coriolis storm. It's just all changed. So we're finding plenty around this north side though. Of course, we'll have to do the ironworks soon, because that's where you get complex machinery for. Which I think you need complex machinery to make the different fabricators, if I remember correctly. Gather, gather, gather. In there. How much have we got? 441. We've got a decent amount. Another bit. Another 2 bits. Of course, what we'll also need to do is we'll need to go and get some blood, so get our water increased. So we'll get this into the refinery and get it turned into iron ingots, and while that's happening, we can go and pick a fight. That's copper. We don't need copper. We have plenty of copper. Let me see. Desmond says, I love Windrose. I'm a West Indies fan. Yes, that would make sense. That would make sense. Yakarob says, Windows looks wonderful. I was watching Annabriella play it. Says Mrs. Bulwark, I was born in Ramadan, so it's something I really look forward to. Really shows how much you can take. It's toughens you up and also gives you a lot of social times. Nice. Yakarob says, I also watched Hobo's Subnautica stream today. Yeah, I watched most of it last night, but then my food turned up, so I had to leave, and a little camp in there. Let's go and help ourselves. Oh, look at that base. That's an end game base. Right. Who do we have in here? Reload. There's somebody there with a shield up. Oh, get out of the way of that. Down you go. Give me your blood. Give me your knife parts. That's something else we need, is knife parts and gun parts like that you get in this zone, because we'll need that to craft our own improved guns and knives. Let's just take all of that. Is that it? It is. Okay, so we didn't get a lot of blood from that, but we got 2. Once we get the better blood extractor, we'll get more blood out of each person. Yeah, look at that. That's a big base with big areas up the top for ornithopters. Pentashield doors there. Oh, it's actually the... These are wind power generators, and they're not running, which means they've probably run out of fuel. The timer. 1 second. Link the 40% off again. And these things here are water extractors. They extract water out of the wind. So it is still powered because his pentashield doors are still up, but it's not actually generating power on these different wind generators at the moment. Interesting. Oh, that's a cool place. We'll maybe visit there later on today as well. Or power down most of the base and taking a break. That is possible. He's maybe shut off all these different benches so he doesn't need as much power, and then shut down everything. You do have to be careful with that because you still will run out of fuel on your generators, because it doesn't matter how much you use, your fuel still gets used up at the same amount. Oh, and then we're back home again. Okay, no, there's another base there, but it's mine. Right, let's do a little spin turn into the garage. Get off the bike. We'll put in... Yeah, we've only got 2,000 there, so we'll deposit 1,000 in that one, and then 1,000 in that one, and that'll start filling up the water. And we'll come here and we'll go to storage and we'll go change. We'll put that in there. And we'll go to sand bike and put that in there. Take that out, put that in, and start refining. So iron ingots is the first one that needs water to refine. Doesn't need a lot, but it needs some water to refine the ingot. So 5 iron ore and 25 water to make 1 iron ingot. We've got enough at the moment to make 120. So let's get that going. Copper only needed copper, it didn't need water. Steel will need even more water, some carbon ore and iron ingots in order to turn steel, which we'll work on soon. Okay, right, so we actually need to let's take a drink from our still suit. Like so. And we'll take a drink out of my liter John as well. Right, we need to go and get some blood. So there's plenty of camps over there we can go and get some blood from. Let's see. Where did we get to? Oh, I was actually scrolled off the top of the screen. Let me scroll up a bit. There we go. Now it says Windrose. Oh. A crashed ship. Sounded like a ship crashing. You get these random ships that get shot down and crash out the sky, and you can go and loot them for some cool stuff, but they always land in the middle of the deep sand. So it's rather risky because they will have attracted the worm. But it's a lot better to do it once you've got an ornithopter and can fly in and out quickly. Right, let's head round here. I haven't got lots of gear, so I don't want to take on any of the big POI camps, but there's plenty of smaller camps around with 1 or 2 people in them. Like on that rocks over there, that are easier to get. Right, let me wait here, catch up with chat. Griznak says, Windrose has the potential, they need to improve the combat in my opinion. Not got to naval combat, so no idea about that part. That is the part I struggled with. I did think the combat was really hard for early game. But I guess it's something you just have to get used to. Urban86X says, played a bit of Windrose, definitely piqued my interest. Those boars kicked my butt though. Yes. Water and Steel's here. Hi all, tempted to get Dune, just noticed Battle Spy is required. I hate as I'm usually solo. Heard it as it's hard with Linux. I'm a noob. Any tips? I can't give you any tips with how to run it on Linux because I've never tried it. I've never tried running games on Linux at all, but I've definitely never tried running this. Sesame says, I love the naval combat. Thanks for Exiles boarding ships for Windrose. And Bulwark says, good, sounds good. I lost my religion when I was about 20-ish. DC Weston says, I'm about 12 hours into Windrose demo and he's loving it. Excellent. Kai Clean says, what house? Not really started the house thing yet, but the plan for this one is to go Atreides, because on my other YouTube playthrough I went Harkonnen. Sesame says, I shall become a master of Windrose. Yar. I'm sure you will. Exiles, while it's home, I'm now got a summer house in Windrose. Excellent. Still no word on its actual release date yet, though, is there? And Cruznet says, I'll power down most of the base to take a break. Question about Dune. Do you have thralls? Unfortunately not. Not yet. There are no followers or anything in Dune yet. Whether that'll come later, I don't know. But that would be interesting. But yeah, there are no thralls in Dune at this point in time. Mark Santos is here. Good to see you. How are you? Happy Sunday stream indeed. Becca won a Sesame Windrose Nomad Challenge. Ooh, that would be a hardcore Nomad Challenge because I died so many times. But can you do a Nomad Challenge? Because you kind of have to build. You have to build bases, don't you, in order to put your benches in. I don't think you can loot stuff, but I'm sure you can come up with a rule set, Sesame. Bulwark says, can you do a Nomad in Windrose? Exactly, yes. Cruznet says, true, but you can run all the pentashields with 1 to 2 generators and run them for 20 days and just log in to refuel. That is true. That is very true. The pentashields themselves don't take up much power. You could just have a couple of basic generators that are easy to fuel. Permadeath Windrose on the hardest difficulty. Challenge accepted, says Sesame. But he says, but you do have to build through the progress, yes. Andy B says, tried Windrose with the 1000s of graphic glitches and constant crashes, which is a shame. It looked great. Interesting. I didn't see any graphic glitches and I didn't have any crashes the times I've played it. Sesame says, Water and Steel, I'm a Linux vet. We'll talk. There we go. Of course, Sesame runs all his games on Linux these days, so he's the man to sort you out, I think. Bandy B, the glitches are graphics incompatibilities, not the game as such. Okay, so maybe just needing driver updates and stuff. Simon Argent says, is there any news on the console release of Dune? Not anything specific yet. Is the... Other than that it'll be late 2026. And already, we're a third of the way into 2026 already, so time is going past quickly. Biggest problem in the No Man Run is the welding torch, says Ivan Fist. And we'll talk on Anger's Discord, there you go. Sesame will reach out to you on Discord. Right, I need to get across there, I need to miss these big circles here, so we'll put a marker like so and we'll head right across here, hopefully not get eaten by a worm, and there we go, we got through. There is some more iron, we may as well harvest that while we're here. Scan that. Do I have fuel cells with me? I do. So let's put the iron in here. Oh, I never put that. I didn't do any inventory management. Okay, and then we'll refuel the bike. 100% refueled. There we go. Right. I haven't got any camps marked on here, but I'm sure around about these bits there's a couple of camps with 1 or 2 people in them. Like there. Hello? You down. There's another one. Hear somebody shouting. Oh, somebody threw a grenade as well. Okay. Give me your blood. Give me your darts. Give me your gun parts. Give me your heals. Oh, we've got some Mark II heal kit. Does more heal than what the Mark 1 does. Let me just keep a hold of that just now. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We need to hide. We need to hide. Don't want to get caught by that. Just back away, back away. Bad things happen if you get caught by them. Right, looks like it's passed. Let's go around the outside here. Is that copper? That is copper. Sesame says, Windows demo, you know how to configure Proton in Steam, right? Ian Ogg says, holy smoke, I know it's not much, but I had 175 views on my last Conan video as compared to about 20 or 30. Nice one. Very well done. Congrats, says everybody. Zereth says, run away! Exactly. For those who don't know, those are Sardaukar ships that are scanning the area at night, and if they catch you in that spotlight, they will send down some chome mercenaries. They'll send down a whole bunch of quite high level mercenaries who will try and kill you. We want to avoid them as much as we can. Another one round here somewhere. Up there, up on top of there. Right, off there. Great if we had a shield, but we don't have a shield yet. George Lou, thank you for the sub. Reload. Red crosses for critical headshots. Reload. Use the Shiga wire to stun them, and then slow blade to kill them. Go. Grab you. I don't think there's a chest in this one for loot. Nope. Right, where did I do with my bike? Where's the bike on the marker? Over this way. Oh, there's ammo. Ooh. Another camp. Oh, that's a shipwreck. Maybe we can pick off some of the guys from the shipwreck. There's more people here, and we don't have a shield yet. Also a PvP zone. One down. Heal up. Oh, wrong button. That one. Oh, he's chucked a grenade in. Oh, it still damaged me. Heal up again. Heal. Let's see, where are we? Don't call using anything but bandages on my playthrough. Always found it enough. So it's just the more damage you take, the higher level heal kits heal you quicker. Another gun part. There's a band to get in the thing over there. As you can see, the bandages do very little healing. Another 15 minutes. Time's going past quickly. Let's go. 40% off on Steam this weekend. Right. Is there anybody? There's a heavy guy over there. He will be a bit of a nightmare, but if we put down our sentinel. Hide behind that cage. Oh, there's two heavy guys there. One down. Heal up. Get the blood. And there's another guy inside as well. Who is a melee guy. Okay. Sugar wire. Slow blade. Oh, he's not dead. He's dead now. Okay. Give me your blood and your pieces. Give me your blood and your bits and pieces. Give me your blood and your bits and pieces. You can see at the top, above our compass, we've got a red line because we are currently in a PvP zone. The shipwrecks, other than the very first shipwrecks, are PvP zones. Right, in here there are lots of mines. So, oh, we got the key, the wristband to get through that door, the green wristband we got from that camp over there, which means this goes green. Now we can come in. There is a mine right in front of us. There's another one over there. There's one there. There's a chest there. We went. Oh, I never saw that one. Heal up. Or stand back and blow that one up. There is one outside the door that we need to get in. Right, loot that. Some plasteel microflora. There's another one there. Bit of a trap, this place. I don't think there's any more chests around here. Oh, something blew up. Nope. So now we have to cut our way into that door there. Cut away, scan it, cut away the hinges. Wait for it to disappear. Some stuff out of the big loot chest. Okay, nothing very exciting, but there we go. That's it cleared. How many blood I've got? I can take another 3 blood, and there's a little camp just up there. Probably a bad way to come into the camp. They'll be waiting for me. There's one. Get down. Just one. Loot him. Gun parts. Right, and there's a chest here with a quest in it. We've got a bit of money, and then we've got a quest. Grab that. Bounty, this one. Nope, not that one. Pistol delivery, that's the one. So our gear is broken and down faster than we can fix it. No more putting it off. One of you need to go to the Anvil trade post in the Vermilius Gap to trade with Tig. I know he hates us, but we hate him. But restrain the urge to shoot him and trade these Mauler pistols for a repair tool. We'll get 150 XP, 5,500 Solari, and what we have to do is deliver 2 improvised Mauler pistols to the Anvil. Really cheap, really easy to do. Just needs a little bit of scrap metal. Right. There we go. Let's get back on the bike. Right, let's catch up with chat. Desmond says, can you blow them out of the sky, those ships? Can get the worm to eat them? Unfortunately not, no. But once you get your ornithopter, you can just fly over the top of them. You'll be flying way over the top of them. PG Ben says, Ian, congratulations. Josh Tolver says, hey all, hope everyone is doing well. Very well indeed, thank you. For anybody who is joined recently, we're doing a giveaway this weekend of, we've got one full copy, Steam copy of the Dune Awakening game. We've got 2 copies of the Lost Harvest DLC, and we've got 2 copies of the Raiders of the Broken Lands DLCs, or the Chapter 2 and Chapter 3 DLCs, all giving away on our Discord. If you're not already in there, there's a link down below in the giveaways channel. Just hit the button to do it. Of course, it's all Steam keys because the game is only available on Steam at the moment. But free to enter. Feel free to join in. Right, need to get back to base with all this water, so let's get around this corner where we should have the shortest gap, and then get it across that way without going through the drum sand. Dum. Oh, we'll clip the drum sand, you hear it? Dum dum dum. And obviously that makes the worm angry and attracts the worm quicker, but we're off the sand again. Up here. That's a very cuboid base if ever I saw one, eh? That's not an awful lot of design effort went into that. Just build a box. They've used the smuggler set from Chapter 3 DLC in order to do it. Right. Line up the bike, get off the bike, refuel the bike. Done. Right, so we need to put... we've got 8,000 litres of blood, so let's put 4,000.
A large sandstorm is approaching.
A large sandstorm is approaching, so okay, good timing. Oh, it's not 8,000, was it? It was... Oh, was it 10, 11? I'm not sure. Right, let's put that in there, and then let's put the rest of the blood in there. Get that working its way back up. Right, this should now be... Yes, we've got 120. Right, let me do this properly. Let's go over to here. And let's dump stuff in there. This is empty. Let's put sand in there. Let's put blade parts and gun parts in there. Mechanical parts should be in there. There we go. That needs to be broken down. That's health food.
Sector weather alert.
Let's put that in here. Let's put healing stuff and health stuff in there. We'll use that later once we have the ability to spice up. We've got another 4 of that. Let's get another one of them crafted. Right, now we need to empty the sand bike. So there's the copper, spice infused copper dust and the copper ingots that we took out before. Let's also put that in there. Recycler. Let's recycle the GRD. It's a shotgun. Oh, actually, I could have used that actually, but never mind. Put the bits in there. Right, what stuff do we need to make? So the first thing I want to make is a shield. So there's the shield, we need to learn that. That requires iron ingots and particle capacitors. We can do that. Weapon wise, I'm kind of okay with my Karpov. Because we got, let me go to here, we got the unique one from the copper tier, Aaron's Vengeance. And you can see it does 7.8 damage, but it does a burst shot. So it does a burst was it 3 or 4 shots at once, so it's actually doing 3 or 4 times 7.8. And if we go to the standard iron one, here, show stats, it does 11.4, but it is single dart. So the our one actually does more damage than, so what you find is the unique one from the tier below do more damage than the standard one from the tier above. So until we find a unique Karpov rifle, we'll stick with our current one. Let's see. So standard Kidgel knife, it does 9 damage. Our one we've got does 10.5 because it's unique as well, so it also does more damage, so we're okay with that. I guess we could make armour. We could make our heavy armour. So Scout armour is light armour set. Kirab heavy armour is the heavy set. So let's make a set of that. Do we have everything? Microflora fibre, plant fibre, and armour plating. I think we've got enough for that. Let's start getting that crafted up. So weapon wise, there's the shield. Let's craft one of them. Everything's scrolled off the screen again, so well, in fact, let me get this all queued up. So head, chest, legs, gloves, and boots. And while that all crafts up, let's catch up with chat. So let me scroll back. Josh Tolbert arrived. Bruce next says, Sesame, the ships aren't interactable, but you can get the worm to eat the troops it deploys. That's referring to the ships up in the sky, yes. Sesame says, one of the joys in the game for me is getting mobs to fight each other or a boss. That's why I love thralls. So there are different factions in Dune Awakening, and you'll quite often arrive at a POI and they'll be in the middle of a battle between each. There'll be 2 factions battling each other, and that can help you. Either let them take each other out, or you can take them all out and get the XP yourself. So that does happen in the game. DC Weston says, Ian, I just subscribed. Cheers. Sesame says, I like the mayhem of battle when I can just sit back and watch. Well, that can definitely happen in Dune. And Sesame says, the older I get, the less barbarian and more sorcerer with zombies. Well, there kind of is zombies in the game, but yeah, again, you can't control them. Where are we? Of course, I love the nomad lifestyle. The zombies are not great chatters. That is true. PG Ben says, I stick to my painted in play style, get weapons swinging wildly until something dies, usually me. Sesame says, that's why I stay dermatologist build up when I go to authority. Demonologist build when I go to authority. Corrupted. Demons leave. I'll break down fat to glucose as a hyperactive. I'm chatty. You were warned. Says Mrs. Can't wait for Anger to read all this. Well, I've finally caught up with that part. There's still loads more chat to go. Game of Hobo says, with Sandcrawler. PG Ben says, I have a Sandcrawler. I have never used it. What? With Sandcrawler? I don't get that reference, Gamer Hobo. I've passed that one by. Anger chat. PG Yakarob says, PG Ben, that's how she fights too. Packrat says, I hate it when the ship crashes in the drum sand. No goodies, all worm. Zareth says, always the hate for us cubers. I'm sorry, Zareth, I'm sorry. Racker1 says, a nice two-handed long-reach sword. Yanni says, wait, no, we've started already. I'm afraid, yes, we've started. We're an hour earlier tonight. We're going for 3 hours tonight. I'm doing a quest to if I stream for 3 hours, I can get a game key for the Dune Awakening, 2 game keys for each of the Chapter 2 and Chapter 3 passes, which are currently as giveaways on the Discord giveaway channel. So feel free to get in about, and if you don't have them already, hit the button. It's free. Where are we? Yeah, this is, and yeah, hello everyone. Hello Yanni, good to see you. Just got home. Stephen Petrica. Hi Anger, finally caught you live. Welcome Stephen, good to see you. How are you? PG Ben says, I've seen a lot of hate for the rapier rework, but I'm actually liking it. I never used the rapier before the rework, and I haven't used it after the rework either, so I really can't comment. I have seen Hobo, you were struggling with it a bit, but you seem to be getting the hang of it now in your later videos. Yanni says, I thought I have 5 more minutes. Started an hour early, I'm afraid. Wolfenheim, good to see you. How are you? Oh, it just jumped up. There we go. Oh, damn, I'm an hour late again. This is Yanni. Some of us jumped ahead an hour this morning. Oh, really? What did the hour change? I'm always the last to know. No, well, it didn't change for me. It just I needed to do 3 hours instead of 2 hours. So I just started an hour earlier. It's not my fault I'm late. It's Anger's fault for starting early. 100%, Yanni. That's fair. I've been messed up all day with the daylight saving. So okay, so there's been daylight saving changes in the States, is there? Bandy B says, Anger and chat, have you seen the Firefly teasers? No. Firefly as in the TV series Firefly? Does that mean they're remaking it or making more? Yeah, he says, everything now makes sense. Gameho says, my chat may not have gone through, was saying we went up and down D row with a carrier and crawler for over an hour and not one medium blow. Worst luck we've had. Yeah, that is pretty bad for going up and down for an hour. Crazy. Cooney thinks it's bobbleheads. Right, okay, we've got our stuff crafted. So there's our shield. And we've got our heavy armour now. Okay, so I want... activate shield. So the shield auto went into the slot. So now if we press H, we've got a shield that'll protect us from fast moving projectiles like darts and stuff. Just like the shielded enemies we've been fighting, we can only use slow blades to hurt us. So you can see, does it show us? So down in the bottom left hand corner, the big red bar is our health, so let's heal that up. The green bar on top of it is our stamina, and the bottom bar below that is energy. So when you start taking damage, the shield will absorb the damage, but the energy will go down. And if the energy goes all the way down, then the shield will drop. Which points out that I should really improve my power pack, because the improved power pack, the improvised power pack, sorry, is not very good. Let's drop that. Let's learn power pack. Power pack Mark II. Okay, we can craft a power pack Mark II. Where was that in here? No, that's Spencer's. So we missed out the copper power pack Mark 1, and we can go on to power pack Mark 2 now, which gives us 16 regen per second and a power pool of 200, compared to 8 regen per second and a power pool. So it doubles our regen and our power pool. So let's craft one of them. Power pack Mark II, craft. Grisnak says, Nathan Fillion has been posting stuff with the other cast, making an announcement on the 15th. Ooh, interesting. Firefly, if you notice, all they did was bob their heads. Oh, I didn't notice that. It's been a long time since I've seen Firefly, right enough. PG Benson's Game of Hobo, that is really bad. It is indeed really unlucky. Scott's holding his breath. Found to be, yeah, and no, it shows Nathan Fillion talking to all the cast in their new roles, saying things like, it's on, apparently a big announcement on the 15th. Excellent. 15th, that's next Sunday. Fingers crossed, but I'll probably be disappointed. Well, it's true. It's 20 years too late, says Grishnak. Scott says, well, they do need to do something real the way the show ended the way it did, but I'm not getting my hopes up. A lot of rumours I've seen is that they're releasing bobbleheads and nothing more. BG Ben says, it would be more likely to have a second Firefly movie on one of the streaming services than new shows. Maybe? Scott Cooney says, Serenity gave people enough closure and I believe there were comics. Okay. Right, let's take the power pack. Let's slot the power pack in there. We could actually make ourselves a better suspenser as well. Where's the suspenser? There. The leap suspenser is the one I like. Reduces gravity pull on the user, allowing the extended height and distance when jumping. So in conjunction with the sugar wire claw, you can fly yourself across places. Deletes power from the power pack on use. Let's research that. And craft that. Better dispenser belt. We also would like to upgrade our blood extraction. Get some good upgrades today. Blood is here. So we can get the Blood Extractor Mark II, Iron Ingots and EMF Generator. And blood bags. Let me see. Blood Extractor, craft, blood bags. Blood bags hold 9,000 each instead of 3,000, so that's much better. So we can make. Let's make 2 of them. Right, we don't need to improvise one anymore. We need to get the new extractor out of here. And the suspenser. Right, suspenser goes there. We can get rid of that one. Let's put our old armour in one of these chests for just now. That's the old light armour we started off with. And I'll put the heavy armour down here. Like so. Medium blood bag up there. Only got one. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. There. Right, so these small blood sacks can get recycled. We don't need them anymore. The passive suspenser belt can get recycled. Small. There's not another one. Medium. Guess not. Right, that can go there. Ah, because it's in my inventory, that's why. So small blood sack recycle. Right, then we'll take all that stuff. Recycle the improvised power pack. Don't get very much exciting stuff from it, but it just gets rid of it and gives us something. Right, that. Improvised blood extractor. Okay, I think we're good. Let's store that stuff in here. And we'll put those energy packs into down here. Refuel generators. Right. Let's top up our water. Oh, I know what we do. We can make those 2 improvised pistols. Improvised Mauler pistols for that quest. Let's make 2 of them. And let's see. Yanni says, we'll see if they make it as good as it was. Sesame says, so Dune is a vampire game. Kind of. You can actually drink the blood. If you're desperate, you can drink the blood from the blood sacs. But essentially, you're putting the blood in the purifier and extracting the water out of it. And as you get better purifiers, you'll get more blood out of the same amount of... more water out of the same amount of blood. Right, drink that. Ben says there is also the faction that Nathan Fillion still has his current TV show. The fact that Nathan Fillion still has his current TV show. Guznak says, in universe they extract the body's liquid. With no Fremen we only have the blood extraction part. And Sesame says he knows, he's just joking. Steven says, if you want a better pistol, there is a cave behind Griffin's trade post with a unique blueprint. Yeah, I don't really use the pistols. It's not really a weapon I want to use. What I do want to do is get to steel pretty quickly and get the spit dart. I really like the spit dart. The new blueprint. PG Ben says, Dune, Arrakis desert world. This is the year 10191. Where all you do is drink blood. Desmond says, yes, but there are energy vampires like what we do in the shadows. And there's a place to get high-level weapons, but I guess that would be considered cheating if you get them as soon as you get a bike. And Scott Gooney says, never was a fan of the pistols. Give me a sniper and my knife. Exactly. Zara says, I'm really surprised in your Dune series you're still using blood extractors and not death stills. I'm using both. I have death stills running and blood purifiers. Or should I say, I have a death still running. It's on the sort of first level area where all my crafting benches are. It's sitting right in the middle of the room. And I feed it bodies often. Whenever I do a big load of crafting ores into it, uses a lot of water and all my water disappears. I do a big get bodies in the death still. I get filters on the water filter things outside, and also fill the purifiers with blood as well. So I do them all. Right. I'm going to locate the spy's nest now. That's a missing spy quest, which is down here. So we have to cross the gap to get across to... In fact, we'll go to the trade post first, and we'll hand in that quest with the pistols, and then we'll work our way south from there. And did I pick up the pistols? I didn't pick the pistols up. So let's go grab them first. This is nothing like me leaving without taking my skeleton keys with me. There we go. 2 pistols. On the bike. Right, so that is the Anvil trade post right across the sand from us. Let me just check the map. There is 1 drum sand there, so let's just head slightly to the right of it. Shoot across. Oh, I should have put my booster on instead of the storage module. Scott says, I'm doing a no-build nomad run on Dune, and all I do is drink the blood and water collected from my still suit, only to move the quests along. And then you delete them. I see. Scott Cooney, that sounds like something you would be interested in. A nomad run on Dune. Right, so I won't put the bike in the garage, I'll just park it outside. Do we hand it in here? Or do we hand it to Mir himself? Pistol delivery. 150 XP, 550 quest, deliver items. There they are. Done. Right, don't want to do that one yet. Simo's missing sister. Don't want to do that one yet. And I don't want to do that one yet. They're a bit more higher level. Okay. Get back on the bike. So we're doing the missing spy contract, which is part of the faction quest, that you can either do it and hand it in to Atreides to go down the Atreides route, or you can do it and hand it in to Harkonnen to go down the Harkonnen route. Of course, this time we're going to go Atreides. Oh, also going to grab that iron as we go past it. And oh, I've got some in the bike already. I didn't do a really good job of emptying the inventory. Right, so we have to go down south. More player bases there. That one looks like it's degrading. That one does look like it should have had pentashield doors across that air. Oh, we can access it. Anything worth stealing? I'll take his blade parts. Oh, there's a whole bunch of... that in here. Once the shields drop, then the bases are raidable. You can help yourself. And don't want those blade parts. Take the gun parts though. Oh, I'm a fool. Let me empty that iron in here. Go. Where are we? Don't want any of that. What is that? Solido replicator. Don't need that. I went into that one in the corner. More gun parts. Sims cutter. I've got that already. Take that. Rangefinders. Don't really need any of them at the moment. No power. Let me fill my containers with your water. Not that you had much water. None in there. Still using Mark 1 blood purifiers. Okay. Oh, and some more iron. Loads of iron. Let me see. So Sesame says, Scott Connie, so you don't need stations to progress to end game. You pretty much do. As well, you can pick up free bikes at the outpost, so I guess you only need to delete the first. I bought my armour, but if anything requires a build to progress, then I will build it, but dismantle it as soon as I progress it. It's a no that, but you have to build one to progress, yes. The question, can you handcraft in Dune like in Exiles? You can. So if we go to crafting, the basic stuff, I mean, at the start of the game you'll be crafting basic armour, but very much like Conan, to build the fancier weapons and armour you need other benches and to be able to get different materials. Right, so we had to head south. Once you spend a lot of time on a base that degrades, I tend to do a nomadic run rather than braid other bases and dump not needed stuff. And thus my nomadic challenge was born. So it's Sesame. Right, there's a camp there. Let's go and get some blood from that camp. Shields up. And armour up. Oh, wait a minute. We've got the wrong weapon. I've got an old pistol. That's why I don't like pistols. Come on then, you. Yeah. Down you go. Down you go. Heal up. And get some blood. Take your blade parts as well. Take the gun parts. Let's see. PG Ben says, I'm currently stuck in the new labs. I seem to have all the gear and augments you can get at the level I'm at. However, every time I try to increase my lab level, I just die. Such much sadness. I have just started. I did one lab this afternoon for the video. It'll come out on Tuesday. My first lab I've ever done. So that's the new suspensor belt I've got. So like if I fire my... oh, come on. I can hold my suspensor belt and go on massive, massive runs like that. But also it doesn't trigger like the passive one does automatically. You have to activate it to slow yourself down so you don't take fall damage. But it allows you to fly up in the air really high in conjunction with the suspensor belt. Really cool. Right. On we go, trying to find it. Oh, clipped the bike. 500 meters, okay. It's actually somewhere on the next rock down. Good. So a reminder for anybody new it's in, we've got giveaway on our Discord channel right now. We're giving away a full copy of the Dune Awakening game on Steam. We're also giving away 2 copies of the Chapter 2 Lost Harvest DLC and the 2 copies of the Chapter 3 Raiders of the Broken Lands as well. All for free. Just log into the Discord, go to the giveaway section. Where did that person go? And you could win one. Another camp over there. There you are. Got your grenades. Drink some water. Reload my gun. Get some more blood off of you. Get some heals out of there. Can we get that? Oh, get heal out of there and we'll get a gun part out of him. Let's head over to this camp over here. Oh, there's another Sardaukar ship. It's 300 meters in that direction. Okay. Go this way. Let's get some blood out of this camp first. Shield up. Weapon up. You're shielded. Oh, they're both shielded. Ooh. I dropped his shield to shoot. My shield drops as well when I shoot, by the way. If I shoot, the shield drops. Out, out. Oh, now I'm stuck. Now I'm stuck. Dash. And oh, no, 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 no. Okay. Mild panic there, but it's all okay. Let me see. Event. Get your blood, get your blade parts. Go up and get your blood and your stuff. That. Where were we? Let's see. Oh, Sesame saying, so question, can you handcraft in Dune? Right, we read that. Okay, cool, fine. Find the base. Once you spend a lot of time, yes. Scott says, what makes it cool and immersive with bases decaying is like you're in-game. Grisnak says, some new playthroughs I just take over a pre-built starting base, saves time. PG Ben says, I'm currently stuck in the new labs, we've read that. Steven says, if you end up in Haga Rift at a place called Atticus Cavern, you have a chance to get the Assassin's Rifle. Oh, I've not come across the Assassin's Rifle. Sesame's asking Scott if he records his nomadic challenges. Packrat says, makes me wish there was a higher tier Aaron's Vengeance. There kind of is. There are other... It's not an Aaron's Vengeance, but there are other burst, higher tier burst, like Karpov rifles. It's this way. That is an Ironworks over there. We will visit that. There's another one over that direction. Okay. Can't get in there. Round this way. Oh, look at this. You know how people said there was lots of iron around the Ironworks? Let me top up my water, and in fact let me put my still suit back on so I can be generating water. Okay. F. F. Scott says, lol, no, I was thinking of doing that when I started the run, but I always forget. Nice save, Anger. Thank you. Thank you. We got there. We got there in the end. F. Still not full yet. Right, where do we go? Oh, we have to go round the corner and then across the gap. I've probably went the wrong way. Imagine that, the iron around the ironworks. I know. There's also a lot of iron in the ironworks as well, in the machines in the ironworks. Over here, past that bit of copper, so that bit of rock there. Oh, camp at the base. Shields up. Oh, I don't have time to get my armour on. Right, sugar wire, get you. And then get my armour on. Oh, grenade. Oh, somebody shot me with something. Oh, reloading. Go on, down you go. Too much spray. There we go. Yeah, so Scott, you're going to have to start recording your playthroughs. We want to see them. Take that. This is just a Kirab camp. This is not where we need to go. Take that. There's a chest here. Nope. Right, we need to go 82 meters up that way. And here. Let me reload that again. Yanni says, I was playing Dune this week for an hour or so. I found an abandoned base as well. In the base there was a buggy with a Mark V mining laser on, so I took it. Excellent. Question is there encumbrance? There is. So this is you've only got 35 slots. So only 35 slots, but each of these items have a volume as opposed to a weight, and when that goes up you can't carry anymore. It doesn't stop you walking, it just means you can't pick anything else up. And your storage in your vehicles and stuff like that have a volume that they can hold as well. Right, up that direction. The range on the sugar wire isn't quite long enough to reach across there. There we go. Looking for bad guys. 15 meters. Uh-oh. We've located the spy's nest. The spy appears to be dead. Atreides encrypted report on them. Dead spy's report is encrypted with expertise and tech far beyond your ability to decipher. It's all rather suspicious for something found on such a low-ranking agent. Still, Tolliver or Carsmere will have the means of unlocking the secrets. Listen to this.
Surveillance report. Harkonnen hard target 42M. The facility maintains round-the-clock house shielding. The shield has dropped briefly on 2 occasions since the last report. In both cases, it was to facilitate the landing of Courierthopters. I understand that locating Captain Skorda is now my #1 priority, but so far, I've seen no one matching his description. I'm maintaining careful surveillance. Update. I must express my concerns about the tenability of this position. A few hours ago, I observed a hawk with binoculars, having a good hard look in this direction. Don't know if I'm made or not, but my relief is now overdue. We'll keep watch as long as possible. Atreides.
Okay. Let's see. So Sesame says that affects nomad runs. Yes, indeed. So that is the thing. It's a bit like Valheim. It's that once you get full, it doesn't stop you walking. It just stops you at the camp that we were already in. Yeah. Bike's over that way. Oh, I should have sugar wired across there. Oh no. There's people down there. How much space have we got in our blood pack? Not an awful lot. There's a bike. Let's just go around and empty out that camp while we can. Oh, there. This is a different camp then. Knife out. And watch out for that big attack. Sugar wire, slow blade. Get their blood, heals and knife parts. And then there was you there. No compatible container. So we are now full. Oh, of course, because this thing now, pardon me, extracts more blood than... Okay, just give me your gun parts then. Is there an actual camp around here? There is. Heal. No one else around, okay. Get another bit of iron. We need lots of iron, especially when we move to steel, because you still need iron to make steel. Right, we have to deliver the report back to one of the recruiters. This is where we choose whether we're going to be Atreides or Harkonnen. Let's see, Scott says carry weapons, 1 extra set of armour, some water, John or a litre John, some blood packs, and you're good to go. Oh no, slow down, easy nomad. Oh, and heals, says Scott. Look at that hazy, isn't that cool? Shields up, that camp has respawned again. Gamer Hobo says Atreides, Atreides, Atreides. Yes, we're good. Can I see the Lanzarat? Excellent. Hobo and I were discussing the other day how on my Harkonnen playthrough, Atreides win every week. So we can never get the benefits of the Harkonnen getting the Lanzarat win. And on my private server, where we're Atreides, Harkonnen win every week. So we can't, or at least used to win every week, so we can't get the benefit there. But I'm always on the losing side. But on this server, by the looks of it, it's because it ends tomorrow night, and the Atreides are up 21-1 this week. So it looks like if we go Atreides, we'll actually be on a winning server here. And that shows how active it is, that it's a 21-1, because that's higher than any of the other servers. Sesame says, better call Paul. Fortunately, Paul does not exist in this world. An alternative timeline. Right, let's go and speak to our Atreides rep. So that's the Harkonnen guy there, Casimir, and this is the Atreides guy. So let's speak to him.
I'm pleased to see you again.
The missing agent is dead, but I have his encrypted report.
I feared as much. But hand me that report and I'll make sure his sacrifice was not in vain.
Complete contract, here it is. Hand it over. Deliver.
Let me have a look at that. Ah, I know Maxim's salivating for this report. You made the right choice. Trust is hard in this unscrupulous trade, but you've earned some goodwill.
I know Maxim salivating for this report, but you'll be the right choice. So let's see. Let's do the special one. So who is this Skorda individual?
How did you... This is delicate information. Perhaps you have a gift for intelligence work after all.
Maybe.
Our deceased agent was on the trail of Lieutenant Teague Skorda, a defector from the Atreides military. We're keeping it hush, since Leto intervened on Skorda's behalf a few years ago. I must find him before the Harkonnen do, to protect my Duke's honor. Those above may know more about what Skorda was up to, but such need-to-know information rarely trickles this far down the chain of command.
Am I on the team now?
And what you are is a freelance asset. This insulates the both of us. It also gives you more freedom than someone serving in a more official capacity.
Oh, will this paint a target on my back for the Harkonnen?
As a deniable asset, no one knows your allegiance but me. You're as free or limited to move about as anyone else. Trust accrues slowly in the world of espionage. You'll have to really earn it. In the meantime, let's work on a contract-by-contract basis. You're not officially on the books. That means it's up to me, and me alone, to assess your worth and trustworthiness. Let's begin.
So will I pick the honourable mention or the bondsman? And wait, let's do the bondsman. I live and die by the quality of my work and expertise. I'm in.
Let's not waste precious time on menial tasks. I want to give you the opportunity to demonstrate your true quality. We'll begin with combat prowess. Gangs of brutal slavers need a proper lesson taught to them the hard way.
It goes without saying that an Atreides operative needs to be handy in a fight. The Jabal Efreet region currently crawls with gangs of brutal slavers seeking labourers to work to death in the new Harkonnen city of Neo-Carthag. Eliminate 10 of those slavers and you will prove your martial prowess while simultaneously striking a blow against the Harkonnen cause. Be warned, you can expect heavy resistance. The enemies you'll face in Jabal Efreet are more formidable than what you find here. Oh my god, so straight over to the next zone and do the next level of mobs. Okay, consider it done.
I look forward to hearing about your results. I never could stomach slavers.
Goodbye. Kill 10 slavers. Okay, that's interesting. I honestly can't remember what we had to do when we were Harkonnen, but that seems like a bit of a jump. Since we've kind of just arrived here, doing the Kirab. Okay, let's get back to base, because it's just across the way, and get this iron smelting up, or refining. This bit of iron has respawned. Grab that. Wolfheim says Atreides dominate Lanzerite on all servers. Maybe on all the official servers, but it certainly doesn't on the private servers. Game of Hobo says Anger and John are very jealous of my Dune Watcher spit dart. Indeed. Because the spit dart is my sort of main weapon. Oh, there's the worm going past. I really want a tier 6 spit dart, and that Dune Watcher appears to be the unique one to get, but right now I can't get it. But hopefully that'll get sorted soon. Sesame says, so Funcon done again. You've got Conan never leaving the tavern after all these years, and Paul in a different timeline. Yeah, so the story-wise, you can't really have Paul in this game, since he's the sort of predetermined Muad'Dib, whatever the terminology is in the Dune books and films. Right, let's start processing all the blood into that one. We've actually got more capacity than we've got capacity in our purifiers now. We'll have to look at upgrading the purifier into the bigger version. Which is this one here, which needs complex machinery, so we'll have to do the ironworks and get some complex machinery to get them upgraded. In here. Let's go storage, sand bike. Let's get as much of the iron out as we can and start that processing. Do I have any? I've got 2 in here. Get that processing as well. That'll give us loads of iron. And drop off everything over here. That left. We need to create a survey probe. There we go. I haven't surveyed this area. Got our launcher. Get up high on some of these cliffs to do it. Getting up to the top of that is pretty easy. make a backup tool. No, it's okay. It's okay. I don't need a backup tool quite yet. Right, let me get some water. Let's go up to the top of that big mountain. Oh, have I used all my water? I've used all my water. Okay, flick back to this. And hit F. Get the water out of the still suit. There we go. Right, I'll leave that processing. Yeah, I can get up to the top of that rock pretty easily. There will be a quest that we need to go up there soon-ish, but in the meantime, see. Park the bike under here somewhere, see if we can get some sort of shelter. Shelter under here. We've got the bike is sheltered. It won't get broken by a sandstorm. And now we can go sugar wire and then use, oh no. We hit off the wall, which took us away again. Get up here. You're climbing, you use stamina and your energy goes up. And then you can use your suspensor and your energy goes down, but it lets your stamina get up. Right. Go. Come on, stamina. Oh look, more iron. Let me see. Let me see. A lot of chat going past. So let's see. Questions are there mods for the game by now? So there are no mods because the game, the Funcom don't own the IP for Dune like they do with Conan. That's still controlled by the Herbert Foundation and also a legendary movie production company. Partly own it as well. So the Herbert family don't want any like modding done to it, because we all know what kind of weird and wonderful mods get made for these games. So they won't allow that at this moment in time. But you never know, the future. Let's see, mods for me are what kept Exiles alive, that's true. Game over says, imagine it drops in higher difficulty labs. I got the Shell Buster Scattergun from lab 136 on difficulty 3. Nice. Yanni says, I was watching today before work about a game mods on Valheim. I just remembered about that. Yeah, there's loads of... Pardon me. There was loads of mods on Valheim 2. Grisna says, there won't be any mobs as the Herbert estate refuses to allow them. Yes, indeed. Understood. A pity. It is, yes, but I can understand why. Amos666 says Funcom did say that recently modding might come in the future. They might come in the future. It's just a case of whether the Herbert family will allow it or not. We'll see. Oh, so I should have explained that you come up to that sort of first level of rock, and then you start to see there's almost like a path, a slightly broken path. Then you can just work your way all the way up to the top. And if you've got a sugar wire and a decent suspensor belt, it's even easier. Anything on these corpses? I'll take your money. I'll take that for parts. In fact, I'll take all of that stuff, all of that stuff, and all of that stuff. I need to make some more healing. I've only got 12. I like to have a full stack of 20 bandages with me. We're almost at the top. A bed. Inside the rock now. This is the hammer, is it? Or because we've got the anvil and the hammer. This is the location of a Trial of Aql, but it's like our main quest is to do the second one. I think that's the fourth one in there. Maybe even the fifth. Question: is there a purge system attacking bases in Dune? No, there's not. Is there anything kind of like the purge system? Not really. Not really. Jump across there. I mean, other than the sandstorm attacking your base, so it's why you have to keep your shields up on your bases. There's not like NPCs that come and take them. I'll take all that stuff. Jump over the hole. Here. Nearly at the top. There's the top. There we go. Mirzabah's head. We're right at the top. So let's put that there. 6. Load it and shoot off a survey probe. So at the moment, we've kind of unlocked a fair bit of Eastern Vermilia's Gap from just travelling around. But that, when the sandstorm hits at the week on Monday night, Tuesday morning, that'll get greyed out again. But because we're doing a survey, once it's surveyed forever. There we go. New survey report. Wolfenheim, have a cup of coffee. Thank you so much. What is that? 27? Is that Swedish krona? Thank you so much. Very much appreciated. Right, there we go. So that's the whole area surveyed now and unlocked. And will be unlocked forever, which is cool. Also, if we go round the back of this crashed ornithopter, there is a small celestial chest here. So we got a Buoyant Reaper Mark III. So a Mark III. So we haven't come across this, but this is a Reaper for harvesting dew off of the dew plants. A medium blood sac, a rather broken one, but it's free, so we'll use it anyway. Nice, and there's that resets every 45 minutes, and there could be different items in there. Let's harvest this while we're here. Get some goodies off of it. Heal up as well. Let's scan it. Cut it. Scan it. Cut it. I can't quite reach that. There we go. Scan it. Cut off the tail. Cut off the canopy. And finally cut off there. And we got a whole bunch of Holtzman activators and some scrap metal and stuff. Right. So we could go down the way we came. Where's my bike? My bike is over this direction. But now we've got our suspensor belt, we can do it a slightly different way. So let's just go bing. And we're falling, and you can just tap the suspensor, tap the suspensor. As long as you don't run out of energy. And then down we come. Ta-da! Where's my bike? Where did I put it? Right, it's over this way. There it is. Go on, pick it up. Oh, a big crash. I guess we could actually go and do the second Trial of Aql now, because it's just It's down here. Is it? Yes, it is. So we could go down. Suppose it's better to go across there and come down that way. Back over to the anvil. Let me see. Yanni says no. I think there's not. No, the purge system. No purges. No one attacked my base there. Only the storm. So can other players destroy your base? Only if your shields drop. Well, in the PvE areas of the deep desert, they can. But again, it's still. I think you still have to get your shields down. But in this part of the world, which is a PvE based zone, they can't. But if you do let your like we robbed that base, if you do let your shields down, the sandstorm will eventually wear away your base and make it disappear. But also people can get in and steal your stuff, like I did. Anything worth breaking down? A shield and some boots. That. Okay, let's grab these bits. Oh no, I want to put them in boxes. And let's just chuck that in. No, let's not do that. Let's learn it. There we go. And then we'll put the iron in here. Still working away. Blood, deposit all blood. Deposit all blood, get some more water going. Right, let's go to the trial. Let's do our second trial. Fill up on fuel. Let's see. Only if you're stupid enough to build in a PvP zone. Only in the PvP section of the deep desert. Scott says, are you planning a trip across the pond for any World Cup games? I very much was trying to get a trip, but I couldn't get tickets. I applied for the incredibly expensive Scotland section tickets, and I also applied for the... let me put my booster on. Let me check out my booster. I also applied for the general sale sections and didn't get it. There's a group of 4 of us that were planning on coming across. 2 of us got tickets and 2 of us didn't get tickets. So it's pluses and minuses, because it was going to cost an incredible amount of money to go across. The ticket prices alone were just ridiculous. Thanks to FIFA. And obviously it would cost a lot on flights and accommodation and stuff as well. Right, if we use the welding torch, we can go to detach, and we could... Let me just check first whether there is anything in the bike. There isn't, we're okay. So detach the inventory. Like so. And then we can replace it with, you've got the choice of the inventory or the booster. Let's put the booster on. And then we can put the stuff back in this little chest. Like so. Now, let's go. Come on, let me out. These garage doors aren't the best for opening automatically. So yeah, unfortunately I won't be coming across to the States for the World Cup, because I definitely wasn't going to spend all the many thousands of pounds to go across to the States just to not see the games. But unfortunately not. Hamish says, isn't that the location of the third trial, not the second? I don't think so. I think the third trial is over in the boost. Is over in the Western Vermilius Gap. I think. I guess we'll find out once I've done the second one. iron nodes respawned again. Okay, right. I didn't actually want to come to the anvil, I want to go out the other side, so we'll go round and get round this side here. Round here. And down here. Right, where is it compared to here? It's south. Bases can be raided by players in the PvP section of the Deep Desert, says Gamer Hobo. Swedish krona. Yep. Thank you, Wolfenheim. Much appreciated. DC Weston says jump. I guess that's off the top of the hammer. Sandstorm coming in? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think it's just really, really misty. Or dusty. I do like how in... Where am I now? Okay. So, like I was saying, in the early hours of Tuesday morning is when the weekly Coriolis storm comes in that wipes the deep desert and resets everything. It resets all these nodes, gives you different nodes. But I do like that throughout Monday, the weather basically gets worse and worse and gets less and less visibility. So basically on Monday night for me, a few hours before the actual storm hits, it's almost impossible to play because you can hardly see a thing because it's like you're in a sandstorm all the time. But I do like how the weather gets worse as it gets closer and closer to the big storm. Over this bit. That's flower sand over there. We'll be needing flower sand soon. Should be a couple of places to be able to get it. Right. I think this is it here. Yeah, this is the entrance here. Can I get the bike sheltered? There we go. The bike is sheltered, so it will be safe. Actually, the wheels are not looking great, are they? 26% on the back wheel. 52 on the front wheel. Okay, so we'll have to get that repaired when we come get back to base. Right, into the second Trial of Aql. There are mines around here. Ow. Let me get the stuff out of there. Harvest that too. Always need that. Right, in we go. This is where suspensor belts and sugar wires are really useful, but you can still just climb in and out normally if you don't have such a thing yet. Right, there we go. Mode on. Bowl of spice comes out of the temple in a random cave. Let's inhale it. Okay. Let me see. Independent is here. Hey guys, long time. Actually lives in Kansas City. Used to be in Essex, UK. Welcome, welcome, Independent. Long time no see. Hamish666 says it was 3 or 4. I can never remember which even though I've done it at least 5 times. Stephen says the second one is close to the mission that you did. Yes, the one that we're in now. Wolfheim says hydrate. Oh, we don't need to hydrate in here. I'll check that when we get out. Zera says, I like Mondays to farm my fuel cells because you don't get random sandstorms. Yeah, you get the sandstorm warning, but it says it's going to be in 6 hours' time.
What is the purpose of thought? Ibn Gilgaima. Speed is a device of Shaitan. Do you understand, Wally?
Do you understand? Dan Irwin says, lore-wise, I enjoy the weather getting worse all day. Play-wise, though, it gets annoying losing the ability to see for 1/7 of my available time to play. That is true. That is true.
Our God gave us the gift of thought, and the words of the Kitab al-Ibar. Knowledge without action is empty. Be la kaifa.
Be la Khalifa. Right, so here we have a static compactor. So we can use the static compactor to compact fire and put fire out.
Our wanderings
So.
brought us to Rossack. We were persecuted. Our families burned in the fires of their ignorance. We learned the cost of inaction. Never to forget. Never to forget.
Oh, I walked into the fire. Got too close to it. Go out. Go out. Go out. Sesame says a lot of Arabic influence in Dune, a lot of words I understand. There is indeed. PG Ben says, so I want to be able to say no. Do you understand, Wally? No. Oh. Have I read the Dune series? I have not, no. Something I would like to do, but I just don't seem to have... I spend too much time playing computer games. I haven't got time to read books as well.
Some were sent to work in mines. The tunnels were unstable. Our work made them more so. We learned the cost of action. Never to forgive. Never to forget.
Never to forget. So we can also use it on sand to compact sand. So. Dune is a tough read, to be honest. Things get pretty nuts in the third book, says Mortalware. Rossack they create the poison drug. Words became memories.
And action combined, we learned to create.
Wolfenstein says yes, it gets weird. So when you say the third book, would that equate to the third movie that's away to come out? Is each movie basically a book? Is that how it works? Right, this is the poison area, so we can use the compactor to get rid of the poison. Did that get rid of it? Through here. Oh. Let me go through here to catch up with chat. There we go. PG Ben says most people don't make it past the second book. The Mortalwell says no, the first 2 movies is just the first book. Ah, okay. I think the first book was in the first 2 movies, says John. Okay. Sesame says I've never read the books, and for me the movie was kinda tiring. Really? I'm not a Dune fan. I'm like I am with the Lord of the Rings or Star Wars. I really, really enjoyed the movies, the Villeneuve movies. I seem to remember enjoying the old one in the 80s as well, but I haven't watched that for a while. and people, I can't remember, I think it was maybe on the very first episode of this stream that people were telling me to watch the 2000 sci-fi series. I have watched that and it's pretty bad. It has not aged well at all. And it basically just seems to be, it's the same story as the Villeneuve movies. I haven't really seen anything else other than a lot of really bad special effects and costume design. You could listen to the audiobooks while playing. That's true, that's true. Problem with audiobooks is that I find that in order to keep up and work out what I'm doing, I have to actually concentrate what the audiobooks is doing. So I can't really do that while doing other stuff. I've tried listening to audiobooks while driving, and then I just don't remember anything. Same with walking the dog. It's like I tend not to remember it. I would really need to just like sit down and listen, and then if that's the case, you may as well read it yourself. Maybe slightly quicker to listen to it. Have you used the compactor on those sand ghosts? No, I haven't. No. Gamer Hobo says, doesn't get too weird until God Emperor of Dune, then it gets really weird. Parts 1 and 2 are the first book, but is that meant to be badly adapted? Part 3, I think, is Children of Dune. 1984 original Dune was fun, yeah, but I haven't watched that since then. I don't know how well that will have kept up. The miniseries you watch had 1/10 of the budgets of the Villeneuve. Oh yeah, I do appreciate that, and also it was 26 years ago as well. So yes, special effects and whatnot have moved on dramatically since then. But yeah. It just hasn't aged well. The story is basically the same, it just hasn't aged well. What is the purpose of thought? To honour the creator.
To honour the creator. Remember Rosak. Bila Kaifa.
Awaken. Gamer Hobo says, yeah, the CGI is bad in the miniseries, but I appreciate how it was very close to the books compared to everything else. I get you. Mortal Ware says Sesame Street Father Stewart. Oh, Sir Patrick Stewart. Picard himself. John Lehman says Dune, Dune Messiah, Children of Dune, God Emperor of Dune, Heretics of Dune, and Chapter House are the order of the original 6 books. Sesame says, oh, thank you, he's sleepy. Independent says, David Lynch was perfect for main Dune character in original. Amos says, keep in mind in the 1984 Dune was filmed in a landfill. Wolfenheim says, by la Khalifa. EGN says, most of Dune Messiah takes place in Paul's head and most people stop reading. Oh, really? That does sound interesting. Right, there we go. Flour sand is the main component for making silicon blocks and other recipes. Flour sand can be found on the open sands. Look for a cloud of white dust to find a harvest spot. To harvest it efficiently, use a static compactor. Okay. Sesame says, by Khalifa literally translates literally to without asking how or without knowing how. Grisnak says, also Lynch lost control of the film is why the 1984 film is how it is. GUN says, I read all 6 of the original Dune books when I was around 12. Must have been even more interesting when you were only 12 then. Right. Out we get. Wait for the cooldown. Hit the wall. Here, heal up a little bit. Oh, I see what you mean about hydrate. Use all the water out of my still suit, and then use a little bit of water out of my Leader John to get into that section. Right, has the... Where's the bike? The bike's out that way. Must be up. Can't see one. Okay, got out. So the mine hadn't respawned. Okay, so let me see. Prepare for life in the Vermilius. Upgrading the mining tool. Refine iron ore. So the third trial. Locate the third trial. View map. Yeah, so that's over on the western Vermilius gap. So the third trial is over in here. Over this side. We'd need to unlock it to see it. That. Test pro. Oh, that's to go and kill some slavers. Journey. Waiting for life in the pavilion. Search the cut array, fabricate, refine ore, and then make a shield. Okay, these are not necessarily in the right order. They just teach you how to do stuff that I've already done. Okay, let me see. Yanni says, as soon as I take a book into my hands, I usually fall asleep or read it and don't remember a word what I read. So yeah, haven't read any book for a long time. So much stuff going on. That tends to be a bit of the issue I have at the moment, is that the only really time I would have to read anything is like when I'm heading off to bed, by which time, like I say, you're tired, you fall asleep, and then you have to reread the same section again. Right, let's mine this down. Refine iron ore, it says to do next. Where am I? Here. Okay. We're going heading back towards the anvil, then cut across back to the base again. Some more iron. Oh, see the lights of the anvil over there. Where were we? Sesame's asking, is the author of Dune English or French? Yanni says, haven't watched a lot of movies in the last few years. Sesame says, same. John says, Frank Herbert was American. PG Ben says, Frank Herbert was American. And Frank Herbert was American, so we're getting the feeling that he's definitely American. Tarsquid, it might be confusing, but at least the Dune movies aren't nearly as weird or wild as Zardos. Don't know what Zardos is. Let's see. Esme says her spent time in the desert. He spent time in the desert. PG all together now. Yanni says, I bought a new TV this week, but even my old one had maybe 20 hours past 4 years. Oh, wow. Sesame says, I love the survival aspect of this world, but the game is a miss for me. It's too devoid of life for my tastes. That's maybe kind of because I'm kind of avoiding a lot of the life. There are plenty of camps around, and much bigger camps. I'm not quite geared up to take them on yet. Yeah, I need to go up there and get around the other side. No, I don't. No, I don't. I need to go across that gap there. We're going to hit any drum sand. No, we're going to miss the drum sand. Wolfheim says the Bedouins were the inspiration for the Fremen. Yeah. Right. Let's... Oh, we don't have any blood to deposit in there. We've got some water though, so let's get the water topped up. And then let's maybe fill our container. Oh, that took away a lot of the water. Okay, we need to get some more blood. Storage. I don't have the storage module on the bike, that's why it's not showing up. Right, refine iron ore. There's some more. Done that already. Got 200 iron ingots now. Beside worms, name 5 animals in Dune. Yeah, that's true. There are definitely not much animals, but there's plenty of humans. Muad'Dib, for one. There are birds and bats. Yes, that's true. Sand trout, kind of. But are they in the game? Yep, there are. The little bugs you see crawling around in some patches, not sure if they're supposed to be sand trout or not. I'm assuming they are, like baby worms. There are Muad'Dibs out in the desert. If I go to here and go to decorations and get this up and place it, let's place it just here at the moment. There's our own pet Muad'Dib in our little Muad'Dib terrarium, but they are out in the sand and you can kill them and take their blood if you so wish. So most of those sand trout things that are inside like the testing stations, they'll be little like on the floor. Yeah, but there are Muad'Dibs out in the wild. You will find birds and bats in the sky. And of course, there's none flying about right now. Oh, there. Can you just see that flying up there? Or maybe not. Maybe not. It doesn't look like an ornithopter, but there's something flying up there. But yeah, to interact with animal-wise, there's really not. It's mainly the different human factions. So the Karab is what we're in this section of the map. The next section we need to go up into Jabal Efrit al-Janub and find the slavers up there. There's the sandflies. There's various, as they get harder and harder areas, you'll get more and more different people. But yeah, as far as animals are concerned, it's not really a thing. Missoula Geologist Nerd. There definitely needs to be more enemy NPC variety. That might come. That might come. Okay, kangaroo mice facsimile. You can kill Paul. Are there fennec foxes? Nope. Nope, there's not. No lizards, no. Humans are overrated. You can collect 20 mice and cook them. You get a hidden achievement, says Stephen. I can name 20 desert-dwelling animals in different parts of the world. Ah, but that's on Earth. That's not Arrakis. And there is going to be, or what they've said is there will be future updates where you'll actually go to other planets. I don't know if there will be an option to go to the poles of Arrakis, but they're definitely spoken about in future updates. You'll go to other planets from the Dune universe as well. Right, what we'll do is we'll go and take on. We need more blood, and we've got this big POI right beside us. So let's go and take us on our first big proper POI in this zone. So shields up. I'll sneak in the back door over here because I think it'll be slightly easier. There is somebody guarding that door right now.
Where's backup?
Out. Oh, I'll tell you what, I need to go and get... Maybe I don't need to get more bandages. I should be able to get some bandages from in here. Get out of the sun. Bad timing to take on a camp in daytime. Heavy gunner up there. A normal gunner there. Come on. Come and get me. Down you go. Oh, you got back up again. Down you get. Another heavy gunner over there. Down you go. What time is it? It's 9:30. We're 2.5 hours in. Right. Oh. Oh, aye. People upstairs. Not anymore. Right, get that. Get that. Somebody else shooting from somewhere? Where did that come from? Coming from up there somewhere. Give me your blood, please, and your stuff. Give me your blood and your stuff. Why is that? Okay. Right. Loot that. That's darts. We've probably got okay with darts.
Your water is mine.
Another heavy gunner. A lot of heavy gunners. There you go. Oh, where did you come from? Doesn't matter, you're dead. Ay, 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 ay. Oh, no, no. Oh, watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Gravity field thing. Right. Get back in order again. More water. you go. Right, now get back upstairs. Did it get your blood? It did, it just didn't get your blade parts. I think I saw somebody else running at me. There they are. Oh, I haven't got my knife out.
Hostile.
Right, try that again. There you go. Get that. I think I got you. I got you. Right, let's loot that. There's some of the intel from this camp. Pick that up, get some more intel points. Of course, that's a one-off thing. You can only ever get the intel the first time you do a camp. Loot that. Let's filled up my liter john with that water tank. Yeah, there is a chest out here. Get that. Nothing up here. Nothing in here. Okay, we've cleared out the camp. And I've got a decent amount of blood from them too. It's quite handy this camp is right next to us because this will all respawn and we can come back here and get more blood. Let's head inside. Let's get that polluted and I can catch up with chat. Here we go. Right, deposit all blood. Deposit all blood. And we've still got half a bag left. Right. So let's dismantle anything we got from there. You Reaper Mark II, dismantle that. Keep the blood sack, okay. And then drop everything off in our chests. Fast deposit. Got a little bit of iron we can stick in here. I don't really want to go and do the 10 slavers right now, so what else contracts wise do we have? Payback, locate the cache of stolen goods outside Merzabah. That's the Atreides one. Okay, let's track that one. Let's go and do that one. Search for a stolen item. That one there, steal from thieves. Let me catch up. Right. Who needs to fill out the biomass in my opinion, says Sesame. Why? It's trying to keep close to the lore. Yeah, that's true. I mean, if it's not in the lore books, basically it won't be allowed by the Herbert family. The fact that no scorpion or like snake-like things in the game in your sleeping bag is not a real desert experience. I think the Way of the Water DLC will be at the poles. Maybe. PGB says the Water Shippers DLC is supposed to be at the poles, okay? Water Wars DLC, sorry, okay. Adding more planets is a great idea, says Troy. Indeed, because that'll give you totally different biomes then. And more creatures. They've definitely said that, I think even before the game came out, that it'll start off on Arrakis and then over time it'll eventually start moving to other planets. When it says, when I travelled with the Bedouins, I ate locusts. Yummy. Nice spaceship travel, indeed. A bit like when you go, once you get the ornithopter, you can go into the open world map. You can like get to other places on the map much quicker there. So I guess there'll be an option to take you to the other planets at that point in time. It's an alien planet. You're lucky you got any familiar animals, says Gruznak. Troy says you need a change of scenery every now and then to keep it interesting. Indeed. He got a kangaroo mouse facsimile. Darsko says, I'd like more of a balance between how Dune has just a few human camps and how Conan has a hostile critter every 5 steps. Scott says, good stream, Anger. I'm off to the driving range to get some practice in before dinner. Almost golf season here. Nice one, Scott. Have a good one. Independence is very similar to Conan. I think I'm going to get the Icarus Dangerous Horizon add-on, as I've not played any games in so long. I heard a lot of good things about Icarus. Says, if you look at Star Wars, it's filled with fantastic biomass, maybe not Avatar levels, but I like all the weird creatures. And of course, George Lucas based Tatooine off of Dune. He was very much inspired by Dune. And the thing with Star Wars is that each planet is like one kind of biome, which I always thought was a bit unrealistic. So Tatooine is just all desert and Hoth is all snow, whereas there doesn't seem to be planets that have got different biomes on the same planet. But going to different planets would definitely be a way of doing different biomes. Hyboria is ancient Earth, so we can all relate. Yes, indeed. Tarsquid, realizing my need for thick leather and tar is contributing to the eventual extinction of North African elephants was a bit of a I'm a bad guy moment. Okay. Right, we've got water, let's make some bandages. Let's make some more bandages. Where's bandages? Heal kits, there we go. Let's make 8. Ooh. Take a drink. So we're not that close to the end of the stream now, so last shout that we're doing a giveaway of a Dune Awakening Steam key. The base game Steam key. We've got one of them to give away. We've got 2 Lost Harvest Chapter 2 DLC Steam keys to give away, and we've got 2 Raiders of the Broken Earth DLC Steam keys, the Chapter 3 Steam keys to give away, with all the nice building sets, and some of them have got extra quests and stuff like that. All on the Discord server at the moment. Got to draw that in the next maybe 15 minutes. So not long. Get over there if you so wish and hit the button. Oh, I also need to repair the back treads of this thing before it blows up on me. So we need some of that. Oh, gun on here. Go to repair. Let's repair the front wheel. You can see as you repair it, there's a sandstorm in 2 minutes. That was good timing. So as you increase the wheel, the dark red section increases, which means you can't fully repair it. You get a better tool later on that reduces the amount of damage it takes. Let's do the ESU and the engine. But eventually they'll be so knackered that you just have to build new ones. Right, let's replace that with that. Nope, that with that. And go into here and put that back and put that back. And now we're going to have to wait for the sandstorm to go past. Head back up here. We can deposit more blood and we can drink more water.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
1 minute to go. Look out the windows. Windows are filthy. Let me see. Where it'll be fair, look at a small section. Forest moon of Endor, space dust of Alderaan. Too soon. Amos says, to be fair, they'll only look at small sections of planet in Star Wars because there are so many. There is, but basically the whole, they say the whole planet, when you see the planet from afar, like the whole of Tatooine is desert, the whole of Hoth is snow, the whole forest, well obviously it's a moon, but the forest moon of Endor, they're very specific with the biomes of planets. It says the amount of animals harmed in the making of my XL's videos. Right. Sandstorm is now in sector. Here it comes. You can see it coming through the map. Let's go down and look at it out the door. We're water sealed inside here. Oh, we're unsheltered now. There we go. Blast. Let's get back inside. Did take us out a little bit. Many crocodiles and hyenas have been harmed in my Conan games, and they deserved it. Especially the hyenas. Dara says, good idea. I don't think Arrakis has AAA. Troy Confused Barbarian says, space dust reminds me of space grass. Any Clutch fans in the house? Independent says, oh, I did log into Soul Mask earlier, but totally forgotten what I'm doing, and with all the flying bases, etc., I probably need to start a new game. I saw that there was some update, like a Egyptian update, and it's got these flying bases now, which just seems totally random from the little bit of Soul Mask that I've ever played. Soul Mask set a new standard in the survival genre for followers, in my opinion, says Sesame. Yeah, maybe too much. The micromanagement of that was a little bit, that's what turned me off of the game. I thought that was a really good idea, that you'd have all these, one guy making wooden handles, and the other guy would then take it and make it into something else, and then they would take it and make something else. But in the end, the micromanagement of all that is just a bit much for me. It does have a cool sandstorm. A very deadly sandstorm. It's not a sandstorm you can bandage your way through. There is a random encounter with some randoms that a bike has crashed out. Take these out. Come on in, up the hill. You're down. And you're down. Okay. Get you. But they just appear randomly. There'll be a bike or a buggy or a ornithopter crashed with some bad guys wandering about. And I think you can loot this. You can get some stuff from it. Heal up. Soul Master, okay. Independence says, took a bit for me to get used to the switching to a different tune with the mask. Do get attached to the original person, but I like it. The dual blades animation for its special attack is so fun. And Sesame says, yeah, the Central American cultures are pyramids, so the Soul Mask devs want to go to Egypt. It's the mystical nature of the game. Right, where do we have to go? We have to go around here and probably around about there and then head up. Let's go this way. Try and keep out of the way of the here? Is here. Up here. You watch Neebs Gaming play it. 90 meters away up here. Aha. Right, shields up, weapons up. Take him out. Locate the cache of stolen goods. Which is this. You don't see anything that looks like it could be the missing item. Okay, contact issuer. So here we can go to the here and we can contact the issuer without having to go all the way back to find them. Hello, hey look, I need to confess something. The item I sent you after doesn't exist. I just needed to find someone with guts enough to walk into that nest of bandits. Sorry I lied like that, but there's another job I'm hoping you'll help me with. The kind of job you don't post on a public contract board. My partner and I toiled for years in the salvage fields. Finally we got lucky with a rare find, but before we could get our loot out of the desert, the Karab set on us even, yes. I alone escaped with the loot. I was rich, but the price was too high. I have the money now to finally get some revenge on the vermin. That's where you come in. I'm placing a bounty on Karab in the Vermilius Gap. Accept the contract. So now we have to eliminate 4 Karab bandits. Any 4 will do. Any in that sort of section. Okay. Oh, level 27. Got some more, another skill point and some more intel points. So we have to find a Karab camp. That one? Just a light. Just a light. There's a Karab camp up there. Let's see if we can do that. Got to break my fast at 6:17. It's 5:45 in Trinidad now. Yeah, well, we've got 12 minutes left of the stream, so hopefully I can clear out this camp here. Let's take water. Get my. Take you down. Come on then. Come at me. That's 1 down. That's 2 down. Go get your stuff. Right, how many more are going to be in here? Reload. Oh, they all kind of just appeared. You're down. You're down. You're down. Heavy gunner. Oh, just as the sentinel disappeared. Oh, grenade. Heal up. Okay, heavy gunner's down. It says contact issuer again. But let's just clear out this camp first. Another grenade. So we're not finished yet. Who's chucking the grenades? How dare you? Take your blood. Take your blood. Got the same armour on as me. I should really change the colour of my armour. Down as well. Reload. Quicker. Out. Surely that's them all now. No compatible containers. I've completely filled up in blood. Okay. Give me your loot. 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 Heals. Loot. Weapons. Grab that. Oh, I think there is possibly complex machinery in here. There is. There is 9 complex machinery and some iron ingots. So that's some things we need for. What was it? Our improved blood compactors, was it? Styles of sand. Right, more intel. Right, let's contact the issuer. Yes, kill them like the vermin they are. You did good. Knowing a few of those scum have breathed their last feels pretty good. But it'll feel even better if we could just take out some of their big guns. Kirab gangs do a lot of recruiting at the Souk Alusis. The various gang leaders are constantly trying to poach followers from one another. See if you can find any information about which Kirab leaders are at the Mirzabat right now. Oh, that's a good place. I like that place. We'll have to do that next week. We don't have time to do that. The Souk Alusis. Right, let's see. Not. There's some more chest there. Loot that. The cave above this base is worth checking out. The cave above this base. Which cave is that then? It says, oh yeah, I've been sending a few new XL players to your videos. You're doing yeoman service, bro. Thank you, mate. Thank you. Souk equals marketplace, a congregation. Yes, I'm aware of that. From my time in Dubai, I have heard of the word souk. Up and to the left. Oh. That one up there? Pustule? I think there's something up on the roof up here. Yep, there's another chest here. Big chest there. Grab that. Fuel cells, don't need that. So up on the left, up there somewhere. Oh, come on, up you get. No, let's do that. Okay, we're looking for a cave. "34 meters, there's a cave that way. Come on, up you get. Down here. Ah. Oh. Maybe this isn't a cave, but it's got lots of people in it. Drug Runners Rise. Is this the place that we're looking for? No, literally up top of the cliff. Oh, that's the wrong weapon. Can't loot you anymore. Let's have a look in here anyway. Don't think I've ever been in here. You're down. Wow. A lot of damage there. Loot you. Yes, this little base, there's a decent box at the back and sometimes have nice goodies at low levels. This is huge. Yeah, I don't remember ever being in here before. On any of the playthroughs that I've had. Right, let's have a look up the back and see what's up the back. Oh! More people! Heal up. Grab that. Ah, there's a chest. No, not really. Okay, interesting. Right, that is 5 to 10 now. So, let me check to see if we've had the draw has been completed. Let me once again put this in chat to say that there's 40% off the game for anybody who didn't win it. You can get 40% off this weekend. Right, we have some winners. So the Dune Awakening game code went to Darek88. Congratulations. The Lost Harvest DLC code also went to Darek88 and to Griznak. And the Raiders of the Broken Lands DLC went to Dragon, Sage and Bulwark. So congratulations to all you guys. Hopefully, once I hand in this video tomorrow, I'll have to link this video, they should then issue me with my keys. And I will get in contact with you as soon as I get the keys, which will hopefully be tomorrow. So congratulations to all the winners. I hope you enjoy. Well, these guys have respawned already. Come on, you. Thanks for the stream. Got to run. Oh, you got back up again. Right, there we go. And there's that 5 people in it. In what? 5 people in the stream? Oh, is that what we mean? No, we've got much more than that. 5 people in the competition, maybe. I guess there'll be people who just aren't interested in Dune, and a lot of the people who are interested in Dune already own the game. But hey ho. Oh, in that base, I get you. Thank you, I get you. Oh, I don't know. There was more than 5, I think. Quite a few people in there. Marcus says, good evening, and don't forget to gently smash that like button before you all go. Yeah, let me just get back to base, and then we can log out for this week. So yeah, a bit longer. Normally only go for 2 hours, and this is obviously 3 hours. But the 3 hours was part of the rules in order to get those free keys to give out to you peoples. So I thought that was worth it, just to get a couple of keys just to help you people out. And we'll be back to our normal 2-hour streams next week. Of course, next week is Mother's Day. We'll see how it goes. We'll plan to go for a stream next week anyway. And if anything changes, I can let you know in Discord and in the community tab. Alright. Let's back her in. There we go. Off the bike. Get changed into our gear. Oh, I need to make a static compactor and go and get some proper flower sand before next time. Right, we'll stand out in front of our Atreides Solidos. There we go. That'll do it for today. Thank you everyone who has joined us for the stream this week. I hope you found it okay with it being such a long one. But yeah, thanks everyone who has contributed to the stream, everyone who has chatted away, much appreciated. Thanks to the people who are just watching in the background, lurking in the background as well. That's all good. But only in the UK, not in the States. Yes, yeah, Mother's Day is a different day in the States, yes. Poor thing, forced to play a game for an extra hour. I know. More importantly, poor you for having to watch me for an extra hour. But yes, thanks everybody. Have a great what's left of your weekend. Oh, Wait a minute. Is Bad Guy... I haven't even seen Bad Guy tonight. Is Bad Guy streaming tonight? Let me quickly check. I'm not seeing anything on his page. It looks like Bad Guy is not streaming tonight. So I won't give you a link to that. But we'll give you one more link. The Steam page for the 40% off. I'm not sure when it ends. It says it's this weekend, but I don't know whether that's sometime tomorrow or whether that is today. But yeah, thanks everybody. Have a great what's left of your weekend. Have a great week going forward, and hopefully see you back here next Sunday for more fun and games. Thanks all. Good night.